Everybody's gonna be kung fu fighting in today's movie, which merges two of my favorite things, martial arts and vampires.
I am Dracula, Lord of Darkness, Master of the Vampires.
Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Roy Ward Baker's awesome Hammer horror hybrid, The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. Released way back in 1974, this one was a cross-collaboration between Hammer Studios and Hong Kong's infamous Shaw Brothers. It's a weird project that mixes the gothic Dracula tales Hammer was known for with the martial arts classics the Shaw Brothers turned out with consistency. And the end result is nothing short of amazing. But enough about that. Can The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires drain enough victims to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is brought to you by patrons Gadget Blues, Brandon Stroop, and Dario Fulci. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. Seriously, every little bit helps keep this show rolling. And now, let's get bloody. We fade in on this card, a Hammer Shaw production. This is the kind of crossover I can totally get behind. Transylvania 1804, that was 65,000. And another one of Bill's students makes the trek to train with Pai Mei. Dude's walking like he might be the drunken master. I have definitely been there. Obviously, the Salvation Army even has a Transylvania branch. Aw, look, it's just a man and his goat. It gets lonely out there. I'm not here to judge. Drunken Master is on a collision course with elderly, bulky Bartakamoose. Hey, didn't you see the sign on the tree? No solicitors. Whoa, dude's got an 8 head and some eyebrows that will make Andy Rooney jealous. He seems pretty tired, and to be fair, it's a long walk from China to Transylvania. Castle establishing shot. Love the map painting. Kinda reminds me of early Castlevania or a Ninja Gaiden cutscene on the NES. Wait a minute, did he just wander into Lopan's underground lair? I hope Jack Burton's down here. And I'm not sure what's going on here. This scene is pretty cryptic. Oh Jesus, these fake bats can't even flap their wings. I love it. In high def, you can almost see the strings. Uh-oh, looks like someone's about to go all altered beast.
Rise from your grave.
Wait, that's not Christopher Lee. Fun fact, Lee passed on playing Dracula here after reading the script. This is the only Hammer Dracula flick where Lee wasn't in the vampire role. Looks like Dracula has some bedhead happening. John Forbes Robertson had the unenviable task of replacing Lee here, and that's a big cape to fill. He's not bad though. Not only can he do Christopher Lee, but his Roger Daltrey is solid too.
Who are you?
Let's let our priest friend answer.
叫何源，我是中国湖南省桃源地方七金石骨庙的主持。
Oh, Szechuan. I hear their chicken nugget sauce is amazing. Look at Drac. He's all like, man, I don't speak Mandarin or Cantonese. Anyway, our priest has a business proposition for Dracula.
让我的七金石复活，让我重新统治当地的人们。
That seems fine. I mean, what could possibly go wrong there? Turns out, Drac seems to agree and is like, yeah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog. But he eventually comes around to it.
I need to walk this earth again.
And apparently they're gonna smoke on it to seal the deal. I really miss the pre-Attitude era of WWE. These promos were great. After they inhale enough smoke to kill Seth Rogen, Dracula shows off his new form.
The immortal power of Count Dracula.
I can't lie. I love the melodramatic dialogue in these Hammer movies. It's so fantastic. Time to blow this mausoleum. It's pretty dead in here. Oh yeah, title card. I forgot we hadn't done the credits yet. In the US, this was released in a truncated 72-minute version titled The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula. Hey, Peter Cushing. This is the last time he would play Van Helsing. Lee tried to talk him out of appearing in this role, but he took the gig to help him cope with the depression he was feeling over his wife's passing. Oh, and David Chang. If you love Hong Kong cinema, you've undoubtedly seen Chang's work. He was in classics like Tiger on the Beat, 5 Shaolin Masters, and too many other titles to list. Fight choreography by Tang Chia and Lu Chia Lang. If you follow Hong Kong cinema, you probably know Lu better as Lau Kar Lung, who made some absolute banger martial arts flicks, including classics like The 36th Chamber of Shaolin and Drunken Master 2. Wow, I'm glad they included this disclaimer. For a second I was worried they were going to get sued for telling Dracula's real-life story. Directed by Roy Ward Baker, with an assist from the legendary Chang Che, who didn't get a credit. Those were some long credits. So long we somehow traveled 100 years into the future and halfway around the globe. Great, now I want churros. Aw man, now we gotta go to class, but I just wanted Kung Fu vampires. Oh, apparently Van Helsing is teaching a semester abroad. This guy looks way too old to be taking intro to vampires. Look out, we've got a flashback. This movie's hopping around in time more than the vampire and Mr. Vampire. Back in the past, it looks like this dude is about to go hoe around.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that, you pervs. He's got a hoe for his garden. It's really a shame he's not a chick. And a Kate Spade joke ready to go. Temple establishing shot. Looks like they're filming Suspiria in there. Oh, sweet, it's like a day spa. Everyone gets a bloodbath. And here's Dracula. Check out that sweet bat medallion. That's the kind of bling you need if you were in the Gravediggers. Hey, are these the 7 golden vampires? Looks like they could all use some Skyrizi for the eczema. Our gardener breaks in to try and save his wife. But he's brought a spade to a sword fight. Oh, and his wife just got stabbed. I'd probably just abort the mission here, personally. But before he bails, he manages to steal this bat medallion, which causes the vampire to smoke. Yeah, let's just roll with that. Clearly, Dracula is not happy with this act, so he's banging on this thing like it's the Gong Show. Do you kids even remember the Gong Show? Christ, I'm old. While he's banging that gong like this is a T-Rex song, the dead are rising. This movie is just non-stop cool shit so far, guys. Damn, he's raised an army of the dead. This is like some Game of Thrones shit. Avon calling! Man, these vampires even ride horses. This is like Tombs of the Blind Dead levels of awesome. This looks suspiciously like me after 90 seconds of cardio. Look, I don't want to perpetuate the white savior trope, but you guys are definitely going to need a Belmont to deal with all these vamps. That or Sam and Dean Winchester. Yeah, this looks bad. Guess we're going to need a new hero. Smokey's about to reclaim his Slick Rick starter kit, but not so fast. Dude's going to be red-handed after this. Well, shit, I guess we need another vamp for the 7th now. Hero down, vamp down. We're going to have to recast this whole movie. Oh yeah, I forgot this was a flashback. Cushing's here to give us some exposition.
For of the 7 vampire creatures, 6 still survive.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. I can do basic math. Look at this dude. He's like, this professor is amazing. His lectures practically come to life. Anyway, the locals aren't buying this vampire shit.
Credit us with some intelligence, sir.
Oh yeah, he lost them. I knew I should open with a stronger flashback. This guy's totally pissed. I knew I should have audited the intro to lycanthropy class instead. And I guess we'll just shoot the next scene at the craft services table. Whoa, is that Amazon Basics Andy Kaufman? He's eyeing this lady, and I'm 99% sure he's going to put her in a submission hold later. Turns out, this charming fop with Andy is none other than Leland Van Helsing. Oh yeah, this lady is a total Van Helsing groupie. But she's hot for dad, not the son.
I read his books about Count Dracula and his travels in Transylvania.
Outside, this guy's so bored he's climbing the walls. Now he's sneaking around like this is a Tenchu stealth assassin's mission. Be very quiet. I'm hunting wascally academics. Turns out he's just here to suck up for extra credit. Van Helsing's like, you know, you could have just seen me after class or at office hours. You didn't have to break into my house. Anyway, all this jibber jabber so we can learn this guy is a descendant of the farmer who got killed earlier. Back at the party, I can't shake the feeling this is just Michelle Pfeiffer with terrible dubbing.
Danger and excitement are like food and drink to me.
Their witty repartee is interrupted when she gets a note. Do you like chow? Circle yes or no. Oh yeah, she digs me. Van Helsing comes in with the C block, and I can't believe it's not Jackie Chan looks displeased. It really does kind of look like Jackie. Back at Van Helsing Sr.'s place, he's being recruited to help eradicate the 6 golden vampires that are left.
We must lift the terrible shadow from our village, but we cannot do this alone.
Van Helsing's like, sorry, I'm an academic now. I'm almost tenured. But he's not going to send him away empty-handed. Here, take this as a parting gift. It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Van Helsing finally relents to going, but only after he sees the bat signal from Commissioner Gordon. Outside, Van Helsing Jr. and Five Below Michelle Pfeiffer are walking home when an impromptu kung fu fight breaks out. Oh yeah, those cats are fast as lightning. Hard not to look at this scene and think John Carpenter probably watched this movie once or twice before making Big Trouble in Little China. Afterwards, order is restored. I like how these dudes are like, yeah, we just killed like 10 guys, catch you later. Turns out they're Ching's brothers, so all our plots are finally coming together.
Already your son has weakness the skills of my brothers.
This trip to Vampire Land ain't coming cheap, though. But clearance rack Pfeiffer is gonna foot the bill, with one caveat.
That you take me along too.
The catch is Van Helsing wants to make this a no-ladies affair.
Mrs. Baron, it is quite out of the question.
She wins out, and they're off. This is just like the Oregon Trail movie I always wanted, only with presumably more vampires and less dying of dysentery. Yes, I like to wear my best suit while riding a horse in the countryside, too. Oh shit, walked right into the ninja trap. Wait, this is China. Well, you know what time it is. It's ass-kicking o'clock. Or maybe they're just gonna settle this with a dance-off. I don't know. No, definitely ass-kicking o'clock. Oh, your kung fu is very good, but mine is better. He's just doling out pimp hands like they owe him money. What the hell is Van Helsing wearing? Meanwhile, wannabe Bruce Lee gives this dude the two-handed throat rip. Oh yeah, you definitely have some swollen lymph nodes. With the foes defeated, they're now traveling on foot. So I'm sure the dress and suit are even better traveling clothes now. But enough of that, let's check in on our golden vampires. Looks like they're prepping for an equestrian event. I mean, I've heard of steeplechase, but this looks more like people chase. And smoke break must be over because here come the reinforcements. Back at camp, Van Helsing's like, look, this is fantastic. You have to share your General Cho's chicken recipe with me before I leave. Oh, and he's got some ideas for how to strike fear into these vampires' hearts.
It will be the image of the Lord Buddha.
Lance Henriksen, can I get a ruling on this, please?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
They know we're coming.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that. That they're on the way to confront them. Oh yeah, just another night pillaging for these dudes. And hey, Dracula's still in this movie. Back at camp, Sister Street Fighter is doing the dishes. No, not in there. That's the latrine. And look out. Pfeiffer is going to shoot her shot with Ching. Go away. Meditating. God, everyone's making a love connection. Where's Chuck Woolery? And it doesn't stop there, though. Even Dracula's getting in on the action. Hey, thanks for finally giving me some blood-sucking, movie. You could say this really made their blood boil. Anyway, back in our other movie, I feel like we just wandered into the Hammer version of the safety dance video. I told you that dress was going to slow us down. Stop being a fashion icon and dress appropriately next time. The good news is they found shelter. I just hope they're not wandering into some cave danger. And of course, Pfeiffer is complaining.
Lots of warm water, perfume soap. Oh, my poor feet.
Hey, you insisted on coming. They wanted to leave you behind. Look at this chick. She's like, God, these foreigners. They never stop complaining. But the good news is we're getting close to the main plot.
We are approaching the village of Pinquay.
And it looks like they decided to sleep in this cavern for the night after all. You could say they caved. Look at Van Helsing. I left the Death Star for this? Hey, does him putting the symbol there make this the Bat Cave? That night, while everyone's asleep, Pfeiffer's like, hey, Ching, why don't you show me your stalagmite? Even the bats are napping. Well, they were supposed to be out hunting at night. Oh, there they go. Oh, what the hell? Top-notch effects work, guys. And shit, now we're getting a stalag fight. And here come more ghouls. I mean, look at all these guys. You grotto be kidding me. Good news is, hitting them in the heart turns them to dust. This one's falling to pieces, like he's a Patsy Cline song. By my count, we're now down to like 4 golden vampires. At any rate, this dude could definitely use some Palmolive for those dishpan hands. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Ching's serving up pimp hands. But Van Helsing is cornered. Why did they bring him again? Oh yeah, looks like this dude is getting fired up. Man, these vamps must be dry. They go up like Roman candles. The good news is half of the golden vampires have shuffled off to that great Transylvania in the sky. The bad news is Ching says his family can't survive another attack. Well, I guess we can just roll credits. Gonna just title this Legend of the 4 Golden Vampires and lowered expectations. But after a little Van Helsing pep talk, they trek onward. Clearly they went this way. This vampire poop is still fresh. Here lies MF Doom. Remember, it's all caps when you spell the man's name. Clearly they learned their lesson at the last camp. They're digging a way bigger latrine trough this time. And it looks like Van Helsing Jr. is really ready to raise the stakes. But he's also easily distracted. Listen, babe, when this is over, I'm going to take you back to England where you can taekwondo me whenever you want. Alright everyone, huddle up. Heavenly Father, please forgive us for all the ass we're about to kick. Amen. Temple establishing shot. Must be a bit nipply outside tonight. Meanwhile, Drax rallying the troops. Can you dig it? Then he hits the gong again. I can't shake the feeling this is going to be his swan gong. And here come the zombies. I mean, this is Dracula gone wild. This is almost assuredly going to be cooler than the Battle of Winterfell, right? Regulators, mount up. I don't know if this gate is going to hold. There's a deadbolt, and I think they needed an undead bolt. Oh yeah, taken out by a mild breeze. Good work. I will say it is nice of this dude to just stand there so they can shoot him with arrows, though. And I bet Arya's gonna have to show up and stab this dude. By God, this is a real slobber knocker. Man, I thought my JR was getting better, but I'm not so sure now. I love how these ghouls don't exactly walk or hop. They're just kind of diddy-bopping along. I mean, this is the weirdest version of West Side Story ever. Oh yeah, this ghoul is on fire. Look, this is totally badass. I love this damn movie. It's like they made it just for me. While the battle rages, this fan makes his move for Pfeiffer. I'm guessing Ching's not gonna be cool with this. I mean, she's gonna have a hard time explaining how she got this hickey. Stop, he's already dead. We take a break from the action so Pfeiffer can deliver some bad news. I'm sorry, Ching. It's over. I'm a bride of Dracula now. Oh no, she turned him too. But before she can finish, he pokes her with his stick.
Hell yeah.
No, not like that. On this pike. Dude's like Vlad the Impaler right now. Stick around, babe. The good news is her wound's healed. The bad news is she's impaled on a pole. But he goes all Romeo and impales himself too. Guess he's in the pole position now. I will say, this guy's taking a very hands-off approach to things. Wonder, twin, powers, activate. And to add insult to injury, they've taken off with Ching's sister. Total disaster. Not sure if he's gonna bleed her dry or if he's just into some crazy bondage shit. But here comes Van Helsing the Lesser to save the day. Yeah, doing a real bang-up job here, dude. I mean, this is the weirdest casket match in WWE history. Just as things look hopeless, here comes dear old dad. I hope you get my point. Really, way to sell this death scene. Well, looks like the boiled vampire is done. Who's hungry? This is all well and good, but where's Dracula? Even Van Helsing is like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Hey, there he is.
Count Dracula.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. And now he's morphing back to his original form. Guessing this is probably a mistake. Or not, because he gives Van Helsing one hell of a pimp hand. Van Helsing sells that shit like he's jobbing to Ric Flair. And then he stabs him like he's a pincushion. Smoked vampire. How long do you smoke a Dracula anyway? Oh, this is definitely too long. Yeah, suck on that, Belmonts. Team Van Helsing. Dude's definitely pretty boned here. And just in case you forgot what you were watching, so what have we learned from the Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires? Well, for starters, that we were robbed that there weren't more of these Hammer/Shaw Brothers collaborations. I know Hammer purists often treat this film like the odd duck of the Hammer Dracula cycle, but personally I think it's amazing. I wanted a lot more of this. But enough about that. Can Van Helsing and crew slay enough Chinese vampires to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires is pretty middle of the road. Hammer's films were never overtly gory in the splatter film sense, and this one is no exception. However, there are some pretty cool effects here. We're treated to disintegrating vampires, impalements, the cool ghouls and vamp makeup effects, and some severed limbs. It's all pretty quaint by today's standards, but I'm still comfortable giving this one a 2 barf bag rating. It's not a super sick flick, but Jesus, is it a ton of fun. Looking for another vampire movie to sink your teeth into? Then be sure to check out my review of Embrace of the Vampire. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka the Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.